Yo, 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 what's up, AJ? How you doing, brother?
Yo, it's good, my boy. How we doing, man?
Man, we, getting ready at the end of the season. This is the last show for the season is upon us. So man, 11 weeks done went, well, really 12 weeks when you had it. This went by real fast, man.
Yeah, man.
It
Go by
really has.
you having fun.
Yeah, well, hey, well, welcome to Football Chop Up, Elite 100 style. I'm AG Wasim. That's my partner in crime, AJ Brooks. Not to be confused. With Elite 100, we are actually in the process of choosing guys to play in our All Star game, uh, which will be Martin Luther King weekend. We cover 6 regions. The guys are eligible to play in the game, which is Orange, Osceola, and Lake. And then you have Seminole, Volusia, and Brevard County. Thank you, baby. Appreciate you. With some cheese on cheese right on there. Good. Good looking out. Sorry, I'm a little hungry, so I apologize. But can I get some ice, baby? Do you mind? Uh, appreciate you. Appreciate you. Good looking out. Boy, a good wife is hard to find. But anyway, social media, that's one of the things that we embark on. We've been trying to get you guys to go in on to Twitter and vote for our fan player of the week, which is sponsored by my peeps. So hopefully you guys will do that. Also, next Wednesday, the show will be held at Froggers in Altamont on 434 and 436. We'll also be inviting all the guys who have been are going to be on the team, as well as all the guys who won awards this year. So come on out to Froggers. You can get you some food, some drinks, all that good stuff, and have a good time. That's my lovely wife. For those who don't know, she's making sure I can eat, which is good. So I appreciate it for that. But by the time to collect and predict, man, that's what I'm saying. Hey, that's one of the reasons we doing it because they were talking about the wings, wing bets and the wang bets,
Yeah.
and so the guy at Frog was like, man, why don't you bring everybody in and have a good time? So everybody who owe wings, make sure that you're there. AJ, you owe somebody some wings, right?
KIOK wings.
Okay, come on out. We got wings for you. So we last week, we're gonna eat good off of we'll talk about that later. But we got some wings. So that's why I'm not even eating wings right now. I'm eating tacos. I'm not gonna eat wings until we go there.
I had
So
some wings earlier today.
what do someone have to buy 'em is the question.
Someone had to. Oh
So,
no,
yeah,
no,
because
no, no. My family has one.
they
Honey
they
lemon
always
pepper.
they always taste better when someone else has to buy 'em. But
Nah.
so as you can see scrolling across the screen, you have our Elite 100 YouTube channel. Uh, please, 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 we're begging you, make sure that you tell the people about our channel. We really would like to streamline the game live on YouTube. So by all means, take care of that. We do have some sponsors that we have at the game. One of our sponsors, Mr. Greg Francis. We will go ahead and play his stuff real quick, so that I'll take this off so y'all can see it all. And this is a commercial from Mr.
When you've
Greg
been
Francis.
injured in an accident or on the job due to the negligence of others, know this: your community has your back. Communities look out for each other, and I protect my community. Whether I'm fighting for a personal injury case, medical negligence, or winning the largest civil rights settlement in U.S. history, you will receive personalized and aggressive representation with a goal to maximize your win. Scan now to schedule your free consultation. Osborne and Francis, real tough lawyers.
Hey, I was nice enough to try to eat
My
while the
boy said,
commercial was going
let
on.
me bite this sandwich while it's on the
Matter, matter of fact, man, I think y'all need to see that one more time.
When you've been injured in an accident or on the job due to the negligence of others, know this: your community has your back. Communities look out for each other, and I protect my community. Whether I'm fighting for a personal injury case, medical negligence, or winning the largest civil rights settlement in U.S. history, you will receive personalized and aggressive representation with a goal to maximize your win. Scan now to schedule your free consultation. Osborne and Francis, real tough lawyers.
Now, see, that was a good commercial. By the way,
yeah.
I'm not gonna try to let y'all see me eat it.
Yeah.
AJ, I'm eating on the side. So, so
There's another
we do
change.
have other scholarship opportunities, sponsorship opportunities. Make sure you get a hold. Where can they contact us at, AJ?
They can contact us on our Facebook. We have a Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok. We got pretty much everything. But yeah, like AG was saying earlier, right now we actually in the process of sending out nominees, invites for our senior all-star game, which will be Martin Luther King weekend. Excited about that. Some kids' teams will be over this week, while others will be getting ready for the playoffs. But you know, it is what it is. Exciting time of the year, playoff time. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Ware is correct. I was definitely taught better not to talk with my mouth full, so I apologize. So I won't. But hey, these tacos, homemade tacos, are busting. I'm just telling y'all, they busting right now. But make sure that you get a hold of us. I will say this: if you come to our Facebook page, uh, we've been getting spammed a lot lately. But I don't know what happened.
Yeah, man,
Just
for
like
real.
all of a sudden. So please disregard it. We try to stay on top of it and delete it. Any commitments this week?
Let me think. I always say no. We got a couple decommitments.
I was about to say.
Big Davion Hawkins out at Cocoa. He was committed to Western Kentucky. He decommitted. Also, a quarterback at Jones High School, Trevor Jackson. He decommitted from Ole Miss. So those are the two decommits that I could think of right now.
Yeah, Trevor decommitted. I think UNLV offered him the next, like immediately.
Same day,
So,
I think. Yeah.
so hopefully, all these boys get to go to a school that they can be used properly. All right. With that being said, man, we had our game of the week, which was a real big game of the week. You want to talk about it a little bit, and before we get into the Elite 100 player game of the week?
Yeah, the game of the week was probably one of the best high school football games I've seen in a long time. Definitely the best game this season. It was a Lake Mary versus Seminole matchup. Seminole came into the game with 2 losses. Lake Mary was undefeated. Lake Mary had just played, I forget who they played the week before. Anyway, it started off Lake Mary pretty much they controlled the game. Honestly, they had a real good thing going on offense. Seminole was lacking a little in the first half, I would say, on offense. Going into the fourth quarter, it was tied up at halftime. Seminole did do a good job finishing out the second quarter, tied the game up. So at halftime, even though Lake Mary controlled majority of the first half, it was still tied up 14-14. So as a Seminole guy, you'll take that as a win. But looking the whole picture of the game, I still felt like Lake Mary had a edge. Lake Mary came out in the second half, scored 2 touchdowns, and they were leading 28-14. They were leading by two touchdowns with under 5 minutes to go. Seminole, some kind of how they found a way. The ball bounced their way a couple times, literally into lineman's hands. It would have been a game-ending fumble. The lineman picked up the ball, caught it in midair, broke a tackle, broke another tackle, got 13 yards. 2 plays later, Seminole scores a game-winning touchdown. So it was just a great game all around. Seminole ended up winning 29-28. Carson, their quarterback, he was the player of the game. He had 2 touchdowns. Trey Clark had a touchdown, and
Parks.
And Parks had a touchdown. Yep. So there were your 4 touchdowns right there. But it was a good game, though, man. Real good game.
Hey, shout out and congratulations to those boys at Bo Key that made sure they were district champ again.
Yep.
So shout out to those guys for doing that. Fan player of the week.
And before I go on, I want to give a shout out to first year head coach Carl Calhoun at Seminole. Obviously, when you come and you step into a program of that magnitude, a winning culture, and it's your first year, you're gonna get a lot of question marks. I think he did a terrific job all season. Lost 2 tough games. Anybody could lose the Cocoa realistically. So I mean, he just two tough losses, but those games prepared him and his team for the Lake Mary game. So, as a first-year coach to win your district, in my opinion, the toughest district in this area,
Yeah.
definitely salute and shout out to him for real though.
Yeah, Carl is a real solid guy. Seminole is very fortunate to have him. They've had solid coaches, for the last, few years, and a lot of times when guys lose a solid coach, they don't get another solid coach to replace him. And
Right.
just even knowing how he handled his interviews and how solid he was there, we kind of knew that he was going to be okay. And he's going to be okay for a while. So shout out to him and everything he does. So the Sleeve King player of the week was Carson. I'm trying to let you say his last name.
Carson Sinquario Slasky. I ain't gonna lie, I never really even tried
Carson
to say it.
Lasky is what I always say
Yeah,
because
it's
I can say
Lasky.
Lasky. Carson S. Lasky. Yeah, but Carson, shout out to him. He did a tremendous job in the win, and he is the Sleeve King. Well, it's not week 9, it's week 10 player of the week. With that being said, also, we have our fan vote of the week, fan player of the week. Uh, who telling people a little bit about the nominees and who ended up winning.
Nominees for that fan player of the week were um, Olympia's heart and hustle, heartbeat of that team right now. Romello Ware, running back, 26 carries, 303 yards, and 4 touchdowns against West Orange. Um,
Big game, huge
real
game.
big game, real big game. Solomon Tripline from Edgewater, 11 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, and 1 forced fumble. Keon Bota from Deltona, he had 3 touchdown receptions. And then Preston Watson, in my opinion, the best defensive lineman I've seen all year. He had 8 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, and had the game-winning pass deflection that was led to a touchdown that ended the game. So he was just ferocious all night. But the winner was Solomon Tripline with 49% of the votes. Once again, he had 11 tackles, 3 TFLs, and 1 forced fumble at Edgewater. So, senior
Hey, yeah,
linebacker.
I appreciate y'all, Edgewater. That just shows you that Olympia people ain't voting because ain't no way a kid get 300 some yards and he's not the player of the week. Or that means just Orlando in general ain't voting.
So,
Because if I
yeah,
see a kid with 300 yards, there's not really much to talk about. And that
and
wasn't against,
26 carries.
that's against West Orange, who have
Yeah,
a
that's
solid
a
defense. So
solid defense.
yeah, that wasn't against somebody that's just cheesy, or anything like that. But guys, take the time to, go vote fan player of the week. No disrespect to Edgewater Kid because that's a good game, but
Great game.
we've had guys that had 25 tackles and didn't win fan player of the week. So
Absolutely.
that lets us know that Edgewater is really doing what they're supposed to be doing as far as they're participating with Elite 100, and we really appreciate it. Uh, so with that being said, let's see what do we have. We had next up would be week 9 top 10 in review. We can go over that a little bit. Week 10, excuse me, week 10. The guys we had last week. Let me change this. That's gonna drive me crazy. But last week's guys, do you want to talk about them a little bit?
Last week top 10.
Yeah.
Let's look at last week top 10. Start from the bottom. We had number 10 Heritage. They shut out Harmony 41-0. They keep proving that they're a real solid ball club. Then number 9, we have Leesburg. They played on Monday. They won 27-20 against Specially Fit Academy down south. And then at number 8, we had Jones. 56-0 shutout versus Horizon. And right now, Jones is clicking on all cylinders at the end of the season, headed towards playoffs. So that's a real dangerous team right now. Winter Park, they beat Timber Creek 21-16. Timber Creek was a 3-5 ball club. Winter Park was 7-0. So I'm a little disappointed to see Winter Park struggle, to be honest with you, with Timber Creek.
Well. But the thing is, two of Timber Creek's players went over to Winter Park. So that was you gonna get the
A
best out
rival
of
game.
you was gonna get the best out of those guys.
Yeah,
And then
but it just happens to be
yeah, but they
two of
still
probably the
yeah
best player.
yeah, right. Like, but that says a lot. Shout out to those guys at Timber Creek that y'all
Shout out
rose
to
up,
with Timber Creek
and
for real.
y'all was trying to make sure them boys wasn't gonna have no bragging rights.
Yeah, exactly. So number 6, we looking at Eau Gallie, 7-1. They beat Rockledge 20-17. I mean,
It is what it is. Good
it
win.
is what it is.
Good win.
Then at number 5, we got Seminole. Previously mentioned, they beat Lake Mary 29-28. Number 4 was Lake Mary. And then number 3, Mainland, in their rivalry game versus Seabreeze, 48-14. It's not so much a rivalry nowadays, but if you know the history of that matchup, that's a rivalry right there. 2 Daytona teams. Number 2, we got Edgewater. They shut out Horizon as well, 45-0. Complete ball club when it comes to special teams, offense, and defense. Edgewater could beat you in all 3 facets of the game. And then the number 1 team, Cocoa, they beat a very respectable Palm Bay. Palm Bay was 6-2, and Cocoa beat them 49-14. So Cocoa just continues to beat every team in front of them very convincingly. So I'm very impressed with that ball club.
Besides Jones.
Yeah, besides Jones, first game of the season, they beat Jones 20-22 on the road.
Because Jones people make sure they make it clear for us to know. But no, so that was week. So now we in week 11, last game week of the season. Uh, we will have our end of the year show coming up. But week 11, we got our we can go ahead and do the rankings from 10 on up. We're not going to do next few up because end of the season. But from 10 on up, and then we'll get into the pick'ems. And if you have any questions, please type them into the comment section. We would definitely put it on the show and answer whatever questions you may have. Next Monday we'll have a playoff special too.
So what we got right now? We got pick'ems from last week.
You usually go over pick'ems from last week when we get to the pick'ems for this week, but we usually go with the week. Go from 10 up to 1, and then we'll get into all the pick'ems.
All right, so here we go. This top 10 is a lot of people gonna be like, what? They got that team, what they got that team. So after assessing the season, this top 10 is a true top 10. These are the 10 teams that we feel are ranked right here. So records really don't mean nothing to us. So here we go. At number 10, we got Lake Minneola. Lake Minneola sitting at 6-3. Obviously people like 6-3. Lake Minneola lost a tough game to Vanguard. Who else they lost to?
Mainland.
Real tough game. I forget Manatee, Bradenton Manatee, and right now Bradenton Manatee is 8-2. And they head coach by Jacquez Green in his 3rd year, so he completely turned that program around. Hold
on. Before you said that, they were still good with Yusuf Shakur, who's actually the guy at. He was still winning. They had a down year.
They had 2 or 3 down years, but
yeah.
Anyway,
but on that staff, by the way.
I'm just saying, when he took over a losing program, they was 2-8 the year before he took over. Now they 8-2. I'm just giving the man a shout out, bro. That's all.
Yeah, Quez was on the 2-18 though.
Yeah.
So he was the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, but he wasn't coach. He wasn't head.
Yeah, nah, Quez my dog. That's my boy.
But yeah, so yeah, we got Lake Minneola at 6. I mean at number 10. They play Lake Gibson. And like you say, strength of schedule definitely meant a whole lot to us in this ranking. So Lake Minneola face off against Lake Gibson. I expect them to finish the season at 7-3 and get ready for the playoffs.
All right. Who's next up? Number 9.
Number 9, we're looking at D-Land Bulldogs sitting at 7-2. I expect them to win this week. They play Flagler Palm Coast at 3-6. D-Land is a very, very hard-nosed football team that's going to play all 4 quarters. And with that style of offense, you make one mistake and it's going 60.
Yeah,
So
they will probably end up playing Venice for the state championship. Very, very likely that'll be the state championship in 4S.
yeah.
Or because it won't be Lakeland.
Nah, Lakeland don't look too hot
yeah,
this year.
yeah. So it'll probably be Venice and those guys. All right, next up.
Next up, we got Heritage, Brevard County team, 8-1. Expect them to finish the season 9-1. I thought they would go undefeated. They got Bayside this week. Bayside is 0-9. So I expect Heritage to completely dominate that matchup and get ready for the playoffs. And shout out to their coach as well, Coach Benson, winning the district in his first year or second year as head coach. So shout out to Heritage.
Yeah, shout out to Coach. You good people. Next up.
Next up, we got Ugali at 8-1. They won a big time matchup last week against Rockledge. Ugali is just they just proven the only loss on their record is against Cocoa. So it shows you the quality of team we talking about here. So Ugali sitting at the 7th spot.
All right, number 6.
Number 6, Jones Tigers. Man, Jones, like I said, 6-3 right now. That strength of schedule in the beginning of the season is starting to benefit them. The pieces are starting to click where they need to, and they have a big time matchup this week against Dr. Phillips. 2 6-3 teams, and it means a lot for both of them when it comes to playoffs and seed and all of that kind of stuff.
All right. Next up, number 5.
Number 5, we looking at Lake Mary, 8-1 Lake Mary. Big time matchup versus an undefeated Mainland team. We'll talk a little bit more about that game a
The
little
rankings
later.
can change. The rankings can change.
Yes, sir, they can.
Number 4.
Number 4, we're looking at Seminole. Seminole 8-2. Their season is complete. They're district champs. So at this point, they're just sitting, waiting to see where they'll be seeded.
They
And
should
get
be
ready
number
for
1
their
though,
playoff
regardless.
matchup. They'll be
They
1
should,
or 2.
it should be number 1 regardless. Because even if Lake Mary was to win, they both are the 2 highest guys, so they would put them ahead because they won the district. That's how it works. So they'll be number 1 regardless. All right, so number 3.
Number 3, we're looking at Mainland. 9-0 Mainland. As we spoke on that, they play Lake Mary. So we got a matchup of two
Good teams.
good teams.
We have 2 real good teams. That's gonna be interesting. That game is in Mainland, right? Or in Lake
That
Mary?
game is in Daytona. Yep,
Friday night.
Friday night.
Are we riding?
Nah, man. Unfortunately, I can't go. Tomorrow is my 10th.
Yeah, I remember we talked about that. Yeah, we talked about it. Yeah, I told you. Yeah, I told. Hey, for those who don't know, he was like
No fault
trying, and
over here.
I was like, bruh, you
We
got to
got
take this weekend
yeah,
off. Yeah, I
we
told
off
him
this
that already.
weekend.
Yeah. I told her that. I told
I
that when
watched the huddle. I figure out what happened
yeah.
exactly, but
And you don't know the only reason I was asking you because I don't want to drive. That was the only
oh
reason
yeah,
I
I
was asking.
already know,
You
man.
already
But
know I ain't driving. I ain't driving to Ocoee, and it's 2 miles. I'd be like, AJ, can you pick me up? And it's 2
this
miles
guy,
away.
man.
But all right, so number 2, and
Number
as
2.
we'll go back up to us to the Sean. Just so you know, man, I spell the T. It was a definitely a issue between me and AJ because I was saying Edgewater, but when it's an issue between us, we have a third party that
So we could
they
talk
know
it
it's
out.
your name.
So there was highly discussion amongst the 2-1.
And I do agree. And what even though I was really playing devil's advocate, but because you got to do that sometimes. But because I knew that question was going to come up. Didn't I tell you somebody's going to ask that question?
Yeah.
And really the strength of schedule because when Edgewater played Jones, even though it's a victory, Jones didn't have they weren't at full strength, and that would have been a really good, you know, like
Barometer.
barometer. If we could have seen Jones at full strength, so I defer to AJ and our other, when we have a question. Our other guy that he to be named that cannot be named, like almost Voldemort. But so that what it is on that. So number one is
So
who?
yeah, Edgewater is at number 2, and Coco at number 1. Just based off of the strength of schedule. When I did more research, Coco has beaten 7,
Teams that are gonna make the playoffs.
six teams that are in the top 30 in the
Mhm,
state.
mhm.
So when I look
And
at that,
arguably lost one that
lost
should have
one at the same time. You're right,
that could have been like that same like I told somebody this even when it happened. The loss to St. Thomas and the way they lost, which arguably you could honestly say they got cheated out the game,
right,
was really the reason that they jumped everybody to number one in the first place. Like I learned a lot more about them in that loss than I ever did about you don't learn nothing about it when they beat up people 46 to nothing. We don't learn nothing about that.
that's what they
Yeah,
supposed to do.
yeah, they do. But I do admire that about them and Edgewater that like and Mainland they treat a duck like a duck. And so I appreciate that. And so the big thing is Central Florida football is definitely, doing very well right now. And we should have at least 2 to 3 championships coming out of Central Florida football this year. I would think that we're definitely going to win in in Coco's division. I think that D-Land definitely has a shot against Venice, and I think that Mainland definitely has a shot to win theirs,
Yeah,
and Edgewater,
Seminole and Lake Mary,
Seminole, whoever wins that will probably be representing. Columbus isn't as strong this year, and then
Edgewater Jones.
Edgewater Jones, they got the toughest road because they gotta beat St. Thomas Aquinas. So
Yeah,
I mean, so it is, but we should have teams making it to the state championship. So if that happens, Central Florida, we got to show up in Miami in full force. But all right, man. So now we got on our pickums, and I want you to do like you always do, because that's why you talk about when we do pickums. You're gonna always point out this week and the overall over the last 7 years. This is our before
hey
I was
man,
born. I won. We're 2003. So go ahead, man. Go ahead. Do
hey
your
man,
thing.
you can't hate
Do
me
your
for
thing.
having the data, bro. It's
Do
just
your
right
thing,
here.
man. Do
So
your thing.
last week, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last week we both went 7-1.
Was Rockets the
D-Land.
only one we lost? Rockets was the only one we lost? No, no.
Yeah.
Well, no. We did because we both picked Lake Mary.
And the game of the week, excuse me. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
both went what I say, 7-1. We both went 6-2.
yeah.
So looking at that record, D-Land beat New Smyrna Beach. Osceola beat Toho, actually shut them out. Eustis beat Mount Dora.
Osceola shut
Apopka,
down Toho. Hold on, go back, man. Osceola shut down Toho, the high power offense.
30-0.
Well, okay. Well, hey, shout out to my dog, man. We ain't had a chance to really give him his props. We ain't talked about them Osceola Cowboys like we used to, man. But shout out to EP, man, for making sure that everybody know you still run
Yeah,
Osceola County.
Osceola, no
Yeah,
matter what.
yeah,
They
yeah.
say they
Make sure you
still
let them
run
know.
through
Right,
Osceola.
right. All right. So who else do we have?
But we both got Apopka over Evans.
Hmm.
We both got Dr. Phillips over Corey.
I
And
thought you
then,
chose Evans. I thought you ended up choosing Evans.
nah, man, I ain't crazy, man. Oh man. I said
All
I
right.
want to, man. Oh my God, but man, I
Yeah,
ain't crazy, man.
yeah.
Because remember, I said I just don't think Evans.
Yeah.
I
I'm
don't
gonna give
think
you a hard time.
Evans
You was
thought that
fighting it
they
though.
could beat them. I
Yeah,
was
you
fighting
yeah, you was
hard,
fighting.
boy.
You
I
was
wanted
fighting.
to pick
You
Evans.
wanted to pick him. You wanted to pick him.
Look, so I was looking. Evans jumped out on top 7-0. I said, "Damn, I knew Evans was gonna win." Man, I looked a little bit later, boy. Papa was up by 3 touchdowns. I said, "Oh
Yeah,
yeah, that train started rolling over there."
yeah. Once it,
Um, but
and
yeah,
the
but
crazy
Evans
part.
got a big game this week, though. Real big
Speaking
game.
speaking of Apopka, they the kind of team that'll mess around and win 8-8. Like they be
But
doing stuff
yeah,
like
you're
that.
damn right. Because now they getting healthy now.
Yeah, they're the kind of team that'll do that. I'm trying to tell you. But go whoever's got this week.
Evans got Lake Nona. Whoever win that game go to the playoffs.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
So,
good. Where's the
so we
game
got
at? Where's the game at?
Lake Nona.
I ain't drive. It was gonna be hard to get me to go to Evans. But once you said Lake Nona, you know, hey man, I be trying to get the games, man. Your last name got to be Wasim to get me to a game. I'm telling you, I don't like driving. I hate driving. But go ahead, man.
And then we both got Coco over Mainland, right? And then we both were incorrect on Lake Mary versus Seminole.
Is Coco playing Rockledge this week? Is this gonna be their?
It's that time of the year, man.
Yes,
The
right,
last
right,
game of the
right,
season.
right. All right, now, man. So we both was 6-2.
So
So
here we go. You want to know your overall record first, or you want to know?
I know that means something to you. Go ahead, man. That's what I said. I know that. I know
Let
it
me see,
does.
56.
It means something to this dude, man. He be serious about it too.
6, 12. If I got 6, that's 55. All right. Well, I got 2. Oh no, 55. And 13. All right, so for the year, I'm 55-13, and you're 56-12. And then whatever, we'll just leave it at that, man.
Yeah, I know you go. And when I was born, it was that's what I'm
But
saying.
since you want to know
Yeah,
for overall,
hey,
nah,
if I
man,
don't know,
man.
if I don't know my dog was taking over, I would have treated it differently. But it's all good, man.
Hey, man, I'm a betting man, so man, them numbers, boy, I don't play with them numbers, dog.
But this dude Warren Ware, his text said that we owe him some wings for something.
For what?
If anything, he owe us some wings for trying to get us to make a prediction in the
Hey,
very part of the season. If
hey,
anything,
hey, and just so it be known, I stood on the table for Olympia to be in that top 10. But it's some question marks. That's all I'm gonna say. So playoffs, we'll see if these question marks get answered. They're gonna get answered one way or
no, they're
another.
gonna answer one. No, honestly, they should make it to the Final Four bare minimum. To be really honest, like if they don't make it to the Final Four, that is a direct reflection of
All right, hey
like
man, go to the next segment. I don't like when you
he,
start
no, he,
talking
no, he
like
go,
that.
no. I'm just saying, like because I told like the difference between me and everybody else. I told Gabe that to his face.
But you
Right here
just
and
can't
now.
be.
Well, right now for everybody out here, Gabe. I feel like Gabe is probably one of the Gabe. He really is out there trying to help his kids get in school. I see it. I've seen him do it. He goes above and beyond some of the things that I've seen coaches do. So I can't have nothing but love for him, because when I see coaches out there really out there trying to help their kids get to school, and I see coaches out there, taking off their own time, man, for me, I can't nothing but respect that. So Gabe is a great guy. Spent a lot of time with him in San Antonio. We were able to chop it up, and he'll tell you. He wouldn't tell y'all that, but he knows that this is his year to get as far as he can get.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
and I
got the
think
best running back in Central Florida.
got a hell of a quarterback that can spin it. Has receivers, has a defense. So he's going to have an opportunity to get to that Final Four and play against the Lake Marys and the Seminole, those kind of guys. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Yeah, but
I
this dude,
know,
man.
man, because that's the other thing I was thinking about. I was thinking like every time they get in the damn top 10, they lose the same week. So I'm like, well, let's just keep them out then, I guess.
Yeah, man. Hey, man. Hey, it worked. It worked for Okoye last year. Remember, it worked with
True.
Okoye last year.
We can't
So
keep
hey,
them out too long
like
though.
Ellis is the only person that could be on the show and type nothing. But that's another story.
How did he do
He,
that? That's
man, it's
remarkable.
just who he is, man. He was at FAM's homecoming, and all that kind of stuff. Even though he went to BCU, but go ahead, man. He really is. I agree. I'm just telling you, he's very supportive. I mean, that's factual. I've seen it. Like I say, sometimes guys get misconception. Gabe's truth is his truth, and he's gonna say how he feels. So hey, shout out to him. All right, man. So with that being said, this week, let's get it started.
Let's get it started. All right, here we
Oh,
go, man.
hold on. This is
Big
another one. Look, because I see
my
look,
dog
man.
T-Roll.
You'll do a great job as well, T. Rowe. Like I wasn't talking about you. You do a tremendous job of helping your kids out too. You know that me and you straight, but you need to get on Ellis because he was at FAMU homecoming. That might be what them that might be what he's
Oh,
talking
that
about.
was them
Yeah,
eyes, bro. Yeah, he
because
like,
he
hold
beats
on.
you. That might be what he's talking about. Yeah.
Yep.
That might be what he's talking about. Cause that's
Nah,
what
he just
Ellis
got
did.
here. He don't know
Yeah,
what we're talking
that's what
about.
Ellis did. That's exactly what he did. So all right, who we got? Who we got?
Who we got this week? Pick'ems, man. We got a matchup, 2, 4, and 5 teams. Whoever win this matchup will head to the playoffs. Evans versus Lake Nona. I'm gonna go with them boys on Silver Star Road to stand on business. So I'm going with the Trojans.
I'm gonna go with Evans, man. Gotta go with him. Even though I actually, I literally just got off the phone with Lake Nona's coach
Aubrey?
David. I did that. I tell you this, I can assure you, the funniest guy coaching would be David Aubrey. I will put money on that.
They had
The man needs his own
talent
show.
show. They
Oh
had a
man, no.
talent
The man needs his own show. I'm not just saying that, man. He is a comedian that is coaching. Like seriously, the man needs his own show. He's hilarious. But I'm gonna go with Evans as well.
All right. You going with Evans.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Osceola versus West Orange. A matchup. Think of how crazy this sounds. Both teams are 3-6 right now. Osceola versus West Orange. This normally be a crazy game end of the season. You remember these matchups when Saad was over there.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna go with Osceola. I think West Orange they just
Take Osceola. I'm gonna take Osceola definitely. I mean, I know my boy Melo. Had 300 on him. They finna come across another good running back. So
But I don't know. It's like Osceola been like slow playing chick. I mean, it's almost like
yeah.
it's a medical red shirt for him this year.
Oh yeah, but I'm sure it's gonna get unmedical from the playoffs. We're getting ready for the playoffs. So so I'm pretty sure they finna get a little bit of all of that. I'm pretty sure they finna get they finna for unfortunately they finna get a little bit of both. They gonna have 2 hard weeks in a row.
Cause like last week he only got 8 carries. He said it's gonna get real unmedical.
Oh yeah, hey, they gonna have to warm him up. Like how you got that old car. You young, so you might not know. You had to warm them old cars up.
Oh yeah, you
I
gotta
think,
let it sit out there for a couple
yeah.
minutes, man.
I think
I ain't that young. I'm 37
I
now,
forgot
bro.
that
I'm an
you was
80s
in
baby.
Boston, but you
Yeah,
was in Boston. Yeah,
I'm an
you was in
80s
Boston.
baby though. I
Yeah,
remember. Come on now.
yeah, you remember a little of that. But
A
yeah,
little bit, a
yeah,
little
so
too.
we gonna definitely go with ICL on that one. Who else we got?
Man, we got the what this is, the Mayor's Cup. The kids at the school, they don't know nothing. They don't give a 2 craps about
Yeah,
nothing they talking
yeah.
about. But we got Wakava versus Apopka.
Oh, that's a
I'm
good
gonna
one.
I'm gonna go with Apopka though, man. If you
Where's the
see
game at?
game is at Apopka, but
Oh
if
yeah.
you see Wakava just having a little turmoil
Yeah,
towards
with
the end of
turmoil.
the
Yeah, it's
season,
kind of rough. It's not. I think if it would have been if every I
it would
might
have been much better.
if Sincere was healthy,
Yeah.
if they hadn't had the drama there, but if Wakaba wins, man, they get an opportunity to go. They're probably gonna make the playoffs. So that means
Yeah.
Edgewater gonna have to play them first round, then turn around and play a Jones. Like that's a hell of a draw.
Yeah, but I don't think that's gonna happen though. I think Apopka getting healthy right at the right time.
Mhm. It's a rivalry
Kelvin
game, man. Them
Roberts, the
boys,
D lineman coming back, Antoine
Antoine
Robinson,
come back.
Antoine coming back. So it's like Tyson last week versus Evans. He was 14 for 16 passing. It's like he had over 100 yards rushing. So it's like they hitting stride at the right time,
If any, but the one team I wouldn't bet against, which is crazy because I'm going with a Popka, but that Wakava, man, like them
So
boys, man.
you picking Wakava?
I'm going with a Popka because they're a
You just
Popka.
said the one team you
I
wouldn't
said the
bet
one
against.
team I wouldn't, but they gonna play hard. That's what I'm saying. Like
No, it's gonna be a
yeah,
hard battle.
it's not. Like I say, they'll mess around and win. Like it's
Nah,
hard to
you
go
ain't
against
lying.
either
Let
one
me
of those
think
two
about
teams.
this one first.
It's
Nah, I'm
hard
gonna
to
go
go
with
against either of them two teams. I'm gonna go with Popka. I'm gonna go with Popka. It's at home. And like you said, they getting healthy and the turmoil of Wakava. That's a lot to ask for them
concerning.
kids. Right.
Yeah.
That's a lot to ask.
Next up, we got Battle of Seminole County, man. 6-3 Haggerty versus 7-2 Oviedo. I'm gonna go with Oviedo to win this matchup. I think it'll be a pretty good game, but I like Oviedo.
Yeah, I like Oviedo. They've been pretty solid the last 3 to 4 years. So I'll
Oviedo.
Is that what they say?
Yeah, that's what they used to.
Yeah. I like that. So yeah, Superman is Tyree.
Superman it's a lot, man. It's a lot that Superman to do.
Hey, man, all I know is, bro, you can say that, man, but I've seen a lot of teams turn down. We've had that conversation today.
Baby Cam, hey, look,
I've seen a lot of
getting
teams
going downhill.
Boy,
I done seen jokers make business decisions, looking around like who else around to make this.
Hey,
reach my arm out.
And I'm on them old school guys. I ain't mad at them. You know, like I ain't gonna be one of them coaches like, oh man, you should have came up and hit him. Bro, you made a right decision. You know, sometimes
Tyree is every bit of 6'2", 6'3" to
230, 235.
225, 230. Yeah. And when he got them pads on and them dreads coming out, man.
Oh, they say cut his hair. All I know is he's a thick kid. You do not want you gotta want to tackle him. Let's just say that. Yeah. You gotta want to tackle him. All right, who we got next up?
Next up, we got DP 6-3 versus 6-3 Jones. Man, I'm gonna go with the Tigers. I seen the kids on Twitter fat lipping a little bit, going, a little something. But I think Jones gonna handle that.
Where's the game at?
The game is at Jones, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, at Jones.
All right. Well, yes. Matter of fact, I forgot. I got to go to that game. It's senior night, and I promised a couple of kids that I would go. So that will be the game I'll go by. But yeah, we'll definitely take Jones.
Jones. All right, here we go. Next up, we got in a lot of years, normally this could be this Jones winning or losing.
Nah. As far as their ranking, I don't think it matters for them at all. I don't think they even go up. If they win, they don't go up. If they lose, they don't go up. I think they'll still be three. Whatever happens, they can fall and win for 3, 4, 5, but it has nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with the guys behind them.
It mattered to them personally. I tell you that much.
Oh yeah. That's a rivalry game. Definitely, and it means something to both coaches too.
Yeah. Next up, we got Cocoa versus Rockledge.
Man, I'm not doing Rockledge. They let me down last week. Otherwise, I would have chose. I would have chose y'all. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I wasn't gonna lie, man. But they did let me down last week. Because matter of fact, T-Rome and somebody bet some wings, didn't he?
If T-Rome on here, I do a wing bet with T-Rome. I got Cocoa.
Oh yeah, we all got Cocoa, but I ain't gonna take T-Rome's wings like that.
I got Cocoa like 21 piece though, at least by 21.
You going 21 with T-Rome? Come on, T-Rome, you gotta be it.
I do it.
You going 21, T-Rome?
They beat Seminole 28-3. They beat Titusville worse. They beat Heritage worse. Like they done beat everybody by 21 or more.
Except Joe High.
Except Jones.
Yeah. Well, hey. Well, if y'all got that bet, if you go down 21, my man said 21. He go. Hey, the last person to give up 21 is gonna be on some wings on next Wednesday. I'm surprised they did.
The most impressive thing about the Seminole 21 piece was they ain't scored but 28. So,
hey man, he was up 28-14 though. Like, he was close. It was 28 because I remember I was in Texas and I was like, man, it's 5.5 minutes, 28-14. I'm at my nephew game. I'm like, man, damn, are they gonna really? Is this dude gonna get this 21? And then, then I looked up
last week.
Yeah, and I looked up and I'm like 29-28, like literally, and there was still time left in the game too.
Nah, but at no point in time did I ever think that Lake Mary was gonna beat Seminole by 21.
I never thought it either. That's why we made the bet.
Hey, Boots, I don't want to hear that, dog. I do not want a district winning team. With the pedigree that y'all have, would not be saying stuff like this, dog. What are you talking about, man?
Oh man, here go Boots, man.
Boots, you need to cut it out. You better than that, dog.
Yeah, you better than that, bro.
You is way better than that, bro.
Boots, man.
But I ain't gonna lie though. He ain't lying though, because I seen him versus Seminole one week. Then the next, I mean, Coco 1 week. Then the next week they had the lineman back. Totally different team.
Yeah, but the thing
But
is,
they
like
make
that. The
excuses
thing is, man,
about the
yeah,
game.
I can't buy that one because the defense held it down. I mean, against Coco, we were talking about that during the game.
Yeah, defense
Defense
did
held it
play
down.
well.
So I mean, offense didn't. And offense. The thing is, like, Mary's a rivalry game. Y'all know y'all wasn't there. Y'all wasn't trying to lose that no matter what. And yeah, Lake Mary. Thank you, Monty. That's
He
a
ain't
hell of a
lying.
team.
That
That's a hell
was
of a
the best.
team, man.
Yeah,
And
that's a
and
great
so
team. But the
yeah,
thing with Seminole versus Coco, Seminole offense never
right. Never
they
jail.
never got in the identity. I never knew whether they wanted to like Seminole versus Lake Mary. They pounded them. They ran down their throat and they took the shots.
So hold on.
Versus
Let
Coco,
me ask you this.
there
Hold on,
was
though.
no identity.
But hold on, though. The problem is this. So if we're gonna go there, DP put up points against Lake Mary. Like, ain't nobody like Lake Mary defense ain't what's really they okay, but it's the offense that really's been carrying them. So I would expect Seminole to pound them anyway. That's why when old boy was talking to that 21 points, we knew better than that.
I mean, you got to
And
realize
and
what happens with Lake Mary is they get up by 14,
right,
17, 21 points. So it forces them to become one-dimensional. Every defense is going to be better when they know what you're doing. When I
we
know
just had
you
that
have to
conversation.
pass the
We just
ball,
we just had
get
that
back,
conversation.
cool, and go. And the D-line got their ears back. But when it's a competitive ball game and I could run or pass, Seminole showed that they kept it within
But
two
what but
scores to
but what
be
I'm more
able to keep it
impressive about Seminole is exactly what that offense is explosive, and Seminole held
so
them to 28
explosive.
points. Seminole held them to 28 points. And so that lets me know that Seminole's defense ain't BSing at all.
No, no,
And
no.
and and
And
and
Seminole
so and
defense could be even better because
right,
chasing wasn't even there.
Chasing ain't point right. That says a lot. That lets you know Seminole defense is not playing. So shout out to them boys. But Boots, we not gonna give you that, man. You line up
Nah,
and you
yeah.
play. You line up and you play. It is what it is. All right. But so uh, was that the last game we was picking?
Nah, we pick
Oh, we got to
Edgewater
pick it.
Bowl. We both
No,
pick
no, no.
Edgewater though. That's an
Yeah, yeah,
easy one.
but no. Then
And
we
then
got
the
our game of the week.
game of the week, obviously. Yep.
Yeah, so we since we talking about it, you got Mainland. The game is at Mainland, all right.
Yep. Daytona.
Mainland, who played against the high-powered offense of Lake Mineola, and gave up 34,
31.
uh, 31, and so now you got them going up against Lake Mary, who they should feel a little some kind of way because they let one get away. They were up 28-14 with under 5 minutes to go in the game. You ain't supposed to lose those games. So
You're not.
uh, yeah, we can't give what to a Apopka.
I guess that they weren't full strength. Yeah, we ain't making no excuses for nobody. That's football.
Yeah,
You
yeah. I
hurt,
mean,
next man up, man.
yeah,
That's why your program has to be quality and have depth to get through the season.
yeah, man. He's just
But talking about talking about Seminole though, I ain't gonna lie though. They got this one kid, Corey Smith, at safety. He ain't the biggest kid, number 11, but I like Jit. Jit be hitting. He make plays too.
and we gonna leave someone alone. That's Boots. Boots owe you some wings, and me. And I owe him some
Boots,
wings.
make
He
sure
owes me
you
some
there
wings.
next Wednesday.
And you should
Next
be there
Wednesday
next
in
Wednesday. We don't
Progress.
hear nothing. Froggers and on Altamont Lake at 434 and 436 used to be the old JW Crickets. I don't want to hear nothing. See there, I want my wings. All right, I'm gonna pay you yours because I want to eat off your wings. I don't care what you say. So
I was
then
gonna show out.
the game of the week, man. Last game of the week is Lake Mary and Mainland. Oh, look at it. Yeah, you got practice, but that's why we made it 7:30.
Yeah, you
Cause
ain't got
y'all,
to practice.
yeah,
You
yeah,
if
yeah.
you
That's
on the show
yeah,
now, you could be
yeah.
up there now. What you
Yeah,
talking
no,
about,
that's
man?
why we made it at 7:30 because we know that y'all get out of school early and you ain't gonna be practicing. So that's why we did it. And shout out to Boots too, man. His brother scored his first NFL touchdown with the Bears last weekend. So shout out to Darrington. So I'm very proud of him. And Boots actually is a tremendous big brother. I mean, seriously, he's the kind of big brother that everybody
I
wants.
seen Boots high school highlight tape too. Boots was getting up out of there. His hey, don't no disrespect, Boots. His brother faster though,
Well, no
but
question,
Boots,
no question. No, no, no. His brother could ride.
his brother
His
could
brother, yeah,
ride.
it wasn't like simple. But yeah, man. But so anyway, so this dude Warren Ware, yeah, Warren, come on, man. I'll get you some gas money. But with that being said, man, who you got? I mean, Lake Mary, Mainland. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Mainland, man. I just think that you know, I know that I just know that Travis should have them boys ready because nobody wants to have an L before the playoff starts. But it's gonna be a barn burner. Like I said, if somebody willing to pick me up and drive me out there, I might go.
Hey, somebody take this man out there, but I can feel you on that. I think though, just after watching Lake Mary last week versus Seminole, um, I can see Seminole. I can see Mainland defense being a lot like Seminole, meaning Preston Watson, he was unstoppable on that D line. And I can see
Which
LJ
says a lot about
McCray.
Preston.
I
Which
can
says a
see
lot.
LJ McCray. I can see
McLaughlin,
Ramon
yeah,
McLaughlin Jr. I can see Christian Hudson. I can see all three of them causing havoc amongst each other on that O line.
that Christian
Um,
Hudson kid is a problem now. I just want to
Christian
make sure the
Hudson, in
world know
my
that.
opinion,
Yeah,
pound for
that's a
pound,
problem.
that's
That's a
the
problem.
best O line, D line
Yeah,
in
yeah.
this area, pound for pound, for real, for real.
Christian Hudson is that guy that like for me, when you hear people talk that trash about height and weight, I don't want to hear none of that. Like he is a difference maker
And he
every
get
time
up
I see him.
under you, and it's over, dog. He
Yeah,
take
it's a wrap.
if he playing O line, he taking you for a ride. And I seen this dude. I seen him take dudes that's 30, 40 pounds
Oh yeah.
bigger than him, like
Yeah.
for a 10-yard ride down the
Yeah,
street.
yeah, yeah. He's a problem, and to be honest, this is how much he's a problem. Dudes who don't know football but know what I do, that have went to mainland games, be calling me like
Called you.
this kid. They ain't calling me about like everybody else. They talking about him. And
Say he
that,
the
and
best player on the
yeah,
field.
yeah, that's what I say. So I know, and from what I've seen, he's doing his thing. So
And
shout out
then
to
Monty on the offense end, you got Monty nephew Kamani at running back. He is going. He getting downhill. He a problem. Transfer from Seabreeze. But I just think that Mainland is going. I think Mainland going to win.
yeah,
I'm
me too.
definitely going with Mainland. I still think that Lake Mary is a respectable program. Still have a chance to contend for a state championship and all of that. Just looking at their schedule, I might have not have scheduled Seminole Mainland the last two games of my season. I might have would have.
But you know what though, man? To be honest, it might not be
No, I'm
bad.
not. I'm not trying to
To
leave
be
it a
honest,
bad taste in my mouth. I'm 8-0, then I
but what
lose
I'm
the
saying,
last two.
but it might not be bad because they whoever they play in round one and round two probably ain't better than them two teams.
Oh
Like
no,
real
they
talk.
won't be better
Yeah.
than them two
So
teams.
like because basically they're gonna have to play Seminole probably again in round three. So
Yeah,
and so that might not be a bad way, because if they got any kind of dog in them, they shouldn't like the taste of that loss to Seminole.
nah,
Like
they and they know they know it could have went the other way too. So I expect that to be another.
shout out Monty to you, man. I love it when I see other coaches give kids props, man. A lot of times, especially here in Central Florida, man, I done seen dudes be hating on kids, which is the most amazing shit I've ever seen in my life. If a kid can ball, he can ball, and that's the way it should be. So shout out to you, Monty, for doing that. So hey,
Yeah,
for the
but
record.
some of that Noah Grubbs.
Yeah, he said best in his class. But hey, for the record, so that everybody knows what's going down on next on
Wednesday.
Monday. On Monday, we'll have a playoff show talking really strictly about all the teams that made the playoffs. But and then on Wednesday we'll have our regular show that we're doing here. We will be filmed though at Froggers. So we like for all you guys, Froggers on 434 in Altamont. We'd like for you guys to come out, support. Froggers is going to make a donation to help us with our All Star game based off of your participation. So if you know anybody, just come out and get some wings, talk some noise. We really would
Represent your
appreciate it.
school.
Yeah, and if and you can come up and tell us how terrible we were picking all year long. So we appreciate it. But you got anything else for the people?
Nah, man, I got nothing, man. My night is over
Hey
already.
man, hey man, I'm glad that we could tire you out tonight. Hey, happy anniversary. Hopefully she could tire you out over the weekend.
Hey,
Hey,
what you
hey,
say
your boy
now?
go. Hey,
Nah.
Hey, you know me, man. I tell people I don't want a football player. I'll throw them alley oops.
Throw it
Hey,
off glass.
man,
Let me get
hey, and
that.
tell Amanda, hey, put the babies to bed. Grandma, you gotta come get the baby this
Somebody
weekend.
gotta watch this girl this
Yeah,
weekend, man. Who
yeah.
gonna do it?
Yeah, y'all enjoy yourselves, man.
Yes,
Because
sir.
the Waseems, we going on 23, and we gonna go to sleep. So
20 straight.
yeah, yeah. So y'all enjoy yourselves. But all right, man. Hey, we appreciate y'all. Hey, make sure we see you guys next week. We'll remind you on Monday. Hey, and like I say, next Wednesday at 7:30, you'll start seeing the flyers go out. We hope to see everybody there. Peace.
Peace.